Good day, everyone. So as stated in this today's topic, this video is going to be a little bit on a serious note. So youngsters nowadays, right? They want quick money. They are living in a world where economy is shit, so to speak, and they want to make money quick. And most of their attitude is that they can't really wait for something for a long time, unlike the older generation where they have to have enough money to be patient, and they believe that hard work means they would have a better future, so to speak. That's why they endure, they work hard, they make enough money so that they could use that amount of money to invest into something and then start their own business, right? That was the older generation, but that's not really something that could happen in the younger generation because of monopoly, because of corruption and those kinds of things, right? So I was one of them. I was one of those youngsters that want to make fast money. So we discovered something called forex trading, and in particularly for me it was the gold trading. So before we get into this, I would have to tell you guys about my family background first. So I would say that I consider my family to be upper middle class kind of family in Thailand at the very least. We're not that wealthy to the point of luxury, living in luxury, right? But my father is actually a CEO of a certain company, and he also have various connections with other businessmen. While my mother, even though she was a stay-at-home mom when I was born, my mom recently actually takes up interest in investing in stocks. At first she would begin investing in Thai stocks, but it's not really effective in our opinion. So we moved on to another investment that interested us, which is forex trading. She invested in something that you all are familiar with, which is Tesla, which is Microsoft, Amazon, and those kinds of stocks, right? She also took interest later on in forex. But here comes the problem, right? Forex, even though it was a fast way to make money, it really have high risk, high reward kind of stuff within it. That's why she tirelessly trade day and night, so that there would be no chance of losing huge amount of our starter money, right? It was I wouldn't say that even though it was a fast way to make money, it's not easy and it's not hard either. You still have to work hard on it to consider it as a job and not something that you take up as a hobby in the meantime. So for me, the feeling that I have towards gold trading is that, yeah, this could be one pathway to a job to make money. Yeah, so I learned from watching, I learned from her, I learned from my mom, and I started doing gold trading seriously when I was at the first year of my university, which is probably around like 18 to 19. Right now I'm 21, right? And it was effective. Actually, it was surprisingly effective because I actually get like $15 a day, $20 a day at first, and then I increase the amount of lots placing on each order because I was gaining confidence. I was getting confidence that I could actually do this. So I'm putting in more lots. I'm raising my own risk to like 10 lots, 20 lots, and then each day I would get $200, $100, $500. It was increasing with each day. I was getting cocky, so I put in more risk. I was putting like 100 lots, and then 20 more lots, and then 50 more lots, and it actually worked. Because at the time that I was in the market, right, it never falters. The pattern is actually very easy to read. There's no need for technical graphs reading. There's no need for me to be scared of it, of the value of the gold to go down suddenly. It was in a steady increase at the time. I remember it was like 2 months ago or 1 month ago that this phenomenon continues on. That's why I was getting cocky. I thought this pattern would continue. So I put in more lots, raising my own risk. Then, one day, it became $1,000 a day. I was getting $1,000 a day. Then it increased to $2,000 a day. I was making $5,000 a day on rare occasions. And it was magical. I thought, this is easy. This shit is easy. It's so easy. Why isn't everyone doing this? But then my luck ran out because one day the value of gold suddenly dropped. The amount of number which is shown in my own ports went into a negative, but I thought that was temporary. I thought it was going to go up again. That's when reality clicks. I lost $7,000 within a few hours because of my own cockiness, because of my own action that I did to myself. I was so ashamed of myself at that time because it is something that could be preventable. If I were to stop myself on time, if I were to click that tiny little symbol of X on the screen before shit went down, I could have done that, but I didn't because I was cocky, because I thought my luck would never run out, because I thought money would always be by my side. But that's not the case in this market. It's never easy, but it's never hard either. It depends on how you think, how you act on time, how you act accordingly, quick enough to make a decision. So this is my suggestion. This is my advice. It is up to you whether you want to follow it or not. But I would suggest that for those who want to make quick money and took interest in gold trading, please be aware that this market is a very high risk, high reward kind of job, that you would have to be consistent in your discipline to knows when to make a decision of cutting off just a tiny fraction of your money, of your profit, to protect your main profit. I was actually lucky this time around because the amount of money that I lost is actually the amount of profit, some of it at least, that I made for the past 3 months or so since the very first day that I started forex trading. So it was not impacting our family that much that I was aware of, and the amount of money that my parents gave me is actually still safe and sound, which is around like $700, I think, that I remember, if my memories did not fail to me. And then the amount of money that I made that I remembered is around $10,000, and I lost around like $7,000. So my main money is still safe and sound. So for more context, right, the only reason why I was making so much easy and breeze money is because I started at a right timing. So when I started, I remember it was around the middle of last year, I believe, and at that time the state of growth for the gold market is very constant, very breezy, very continuous with its state of growth. It was like hiking towards the tip of the mountain at a very slow pace. You're like constantly just slowly walking, maybe take a rest for a bit and then walking up. There's no shortcut. It was just a continuous walk, right? So I don't really have to worry about any technical analysis or about the states of the world, like what is happening, any news that could influence the forex market. I don't have to follow any of those types of news at all, simply because the market at that time have so much wealth flowing into it that there's no need for me to worry about it. Just press buy, no brainer, just press buy and it will go up. I will have profit. It will make money for me. It was that easy. And yeah, that was the problem leading to me underestimating the market. And because I have no knowledge of a professional trader, I was just playing around in the den of ferocious beast, I suppose. Anyway, based on what I experienced, I believe it was because of the timing that was right at the moment that causes me to be able to make this much money. At first, I would get like $10 to $20 per day, then it increased to $100, and then when I feel confident enough that I could make more money, I just place more lots, increase the risk imposed on me, and there's no problem with it. It made me money in the end. Like I would get $1,000 and then $2,000 and $3,000 and $4,000 in a day, and it continued on like this for maybe like a couple of months. Then came this crisis. I wouldn't say that the entire reason why the market crashed down this much, like every value of the gold, silver, Bitcoin, like everything is just going down, is because of Trump. But like there is some reason that it's because of Trump. Like, and I believe it was because of my arrogance that causes me to not study enough about this market, that I have the audacity to not check on the news every day. That's why I lose so much of my profit. Like, it didn't impact me that much because the amount that I lose is still within the amount of profit that I made a couple of months before. I lose probably around $7,000 to $8,000, but it was still money, right? So I still feel shame at myself for not preparing enough, and I lose that amount of money right now because of the sudden drop of value on gold. I impulsively just click buy without ever thinking about the risk that could come with it. So yeah, I lose $8,000 because of the sudden drop of gold value. And if you can ask like, oh, what about the take profit and the stop loss option? I didn't put it because previously when I entered this market, right, the price of gold was around 3,000 maybe, or maybe like 2,000 plus. And look at the price now. It almost reached 6,000 just a couple of days before. So I thought that it would continue on growing. And yeah, that's when I lose all those money, because I thought it would continue on growing. And now it just suddenly dropped to like $4,800. It baffles me. It was ridiculous. I couldn't believe that it could ever happen. I feel like this is like something that everyone already knows, right? It's like the common sense, right? It is about like, getting to this market is having a high risk, high reward kind of stuff, and you have to very meticulously study all about the graphs, all about the timing, all about the technical analysis, and like you can't underestimate this market simply because you feel like, oh, it won't happen to me. No, it will help. It will happen, my dear. It will happen. Just like me, like it won't happen now, but in another like a couple of months, or maybe like in another year, as long as you stay in this market, you will have this risk of losing so much money because the risk is high. That's common sense in this market, but not many people follow it because they thought that, oh, it's okay, I will just be careful, it won't happen to me. Or, oh, I have very good luck, it definitely won't happen to me, it will happen to someone else. And like, oh, maybe like only about 50% of the people in this market will experience it, and I'm in the other 50% of this market, and it won't happen to me because I'm very meticulous, I'm very careful. No, it will happen to you. But anyway, here's a suggestion to be very careful and to just be decisive if you want to trade within this market. I wouldn't wish this to anyone, because like this is my experience, right? And I wouldn't wish this to happen to anyone else. That's why I made this video as a advice and a warning to anyone who took interest in this market. Okay, enough about that serious talk, and see you in the next video.